Okay, so what we're going to do today is provide a brief tutorial on how at the school level in TPS, school administrators, whether it be the principal or their designee, can upload and present content on the TPS TV screens inside their schools, which is managed by us at Creatio. So what we're going to do here is sign into our BSN account. If you do not have a BSN account, feel free to email us at support@creatio.com, and we will make sure that you or your designee gets credentials to log into the system. And so, again, this can be done by the principal or whoever at the school level the principal designates to manage your screens there. So we're going to go ahead and log into Chase here as we are a creator on the Chase network. All right. So on the Chase network, but the only two menu items that I need to pay any attention to are content and presentation. And we're going to go through both of these specific things that we can do to manage the content that is on our screen. So the first thing we want to do is just take a look at our library, see all the things that we have the ability to publish to our screens. And so we're going to go into the media. So what I did is I clicked on the side here, TPS Chase. I'm in Chase's account right now, and I'm going to go to media. And these are all the things that me at the school level, so this would be you at the school level, have the ability to control. And so what we advise is that you create subfolders for every month. So that way, the August content is separated from the September content, which is separated from the October content. You can manage it however you like, but we do advise, just for simplicity and organization, that you create subfolders designated by time. In this case, every month you would create a different folder. So I'm going to click into November 2025 and see what's inside that folder. So now these are all the things that you at the school level have uploaded to that November 2025 folder. Now, what you'll notice, and we'll come back to this also in a second because it matters, is on each of these assets, these are videos, these are images, you'll see a little lock, or you'll see a regular, image icon. The lock, which means you can't delete this thing because it is being currently used in a playlist on your screens. But if I were to go to this image, it would allow me to delete it because it's not being used by any current playlist. So I can see all the content that I have here. Let's say I have a new image that I want to add to my November 2025 folder, and therefore I want to play it on my screens inside the school in November 2025. So I'm going to go back to content and upload new media. I can do this first or second, so I can choose files and then say which folder I want it to go to, or pick the folder I want it to go to and then choose files. It doesn't really matter. Because not until I click upload is anything. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead into my November 2025 folder. I'm going to set the folder I'm going to add a new asset to, and then I'm going to choose the file. So let's go to, this particular image. I want to add this to my November 2025 folder. It is a JPEG, so it will work. We advise only JPEGs and video files, which we can specify, in the show notes. So that way exactly what kind of file types your player can play, and you can't go wrong with a JPEG. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this asset to my November 2025 folder. And I'm going to see here in a second. Yep, there we go. It's uploaded successfully. So just to confirm, I'm going to go back to library, go into media, November 2025. And if I scroll all the way to the bottom, load all, I'm going to scroll all the way to the bottom, I can see the image that I just uploaded. Now that image is ready to use inside of presentation. So now we're going to go over to presentations and to library, the so you should have a school name direct folder under presentation. If you do not, email us at support@creatio.com, because when you see this folder here, this playlist or presentation, this is managed by us and the district. So we advise that you don't upload anything to this presentation because this is what we manage at the district level or in coordination with the district level. So, but you will see, or you should see, a school name direct folder, which means you directly manage this presentation. So we're going to go ahead and go into this presentation. And these are all the assets that I have told, my system to play and in what order I want them to play. So this image here is going to play, then this image, then this image, then this image, and on and on and on. And you can add videos alongside images. It doesn't really matter. And you can specify how long you want an image to stay on the screen. So if I click this image, I can see that the transition from this image to the next is 1 second long. But if I want this image to, I see it also plays for 6 seconds. But if I want this image to play for 10 seconds, I can click on the little time thing here and upload and change that to 10 seconds. And now, I gotta save it, I'm sorry. I want to change this to 10 seconds. So now this is gonna play for 10 seconds instead of 6 seconds. But because I don't want to mess up these people's playlist, I'm gonna change that back to 6 seconds. So we upload. If I want to change the order of something, I can do that just as simply as well by just swapping the order of something, just so you know. Now, if you put a video in here, the video is going to play for the duration of the video. So only images, it really matters to change the duration. So what we want to do is go ahead and add the image that we just uploaded to the media folder. So we're going to go back to our folder tree over here and go to media. We went to November 2025 or 2025 November. And it's going to show me all the assets here at the bottom of the screen that are available to use from that folder. So again, we're going to scroll to the bottom because that's where it landed. And then all I got to do from here is all I need to do there is click and drag it up here to the spot where I want it to land. Or I can put it, in between these two images if I so chose. But let's just put it back here at the end. The last step, I believe, in this process is just to click publish. And so once I publish this, it's going to let me know, hey, it's kind of an alert. This presentation, if I save it, it's going to update the players that are playing right now in my school. And so I don't necessarily want to do that in this moment because I'm just giving you a tutorial. But this is the last step before that new presentation with that new image, or the current presentation with the new image associated, to getting it to display on the screens in my school. So if I were to click continue here, Chase would see the image in that playlist, in that presentation. But I don't want them to see it because we're just going through a tutorial here. But this is the last step. So once I click continue here, it's going to publish to the screens in my school. So I'm going to back out of that because I actually don't want that to happen. So we're going to go back into the presentation and Chase Direct, and I don't want to save that. So if you saw, I clicked cancel and it does not again show there because I did not save it. If I were to save it again, it would show up on the screens in their school. So the last thing I want to do is go back, and we kind of already touched on this, but I want to go back and kind of back out of the things that I just did, which is add new content to their media folders, and we want to back out of that. So let's say, you have old content that you no longer want to use. One more thing here. So you see how these folders even have locks and this folder doesn't? That means these folders, something is being used in a playlist from some of these folders. It may not be all the assets that are inside these folders, but there is an asset being used from these folders in a presentation. So that means it won't allow me to delete the folder because something inside of it is in use. But this folder here, nothing inside of it is being used. So you see no lock. on this particular folder. Just a quick side note there. So let's go back in 2025 November, and again, go back to the screen and click load all. This is the image that I uploaded. It does not have a lock on it because we never published it to a presentation. And we're going to go ahead and delete the image that I uploaded. And all is still well in the world after I deleted the image that I uploaded just for this tutorial purposes. That is the last step in having the ability to publish new content to the screens in your schools.